Thank you for joining me for this reading. This reading is for the full moon in Pisces, which we also happen to have an eclipse happening at the same time. Now, the messages we get through will be general messages, and so they may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Just take what does and please leave the rest. Please like the video, please share the video, and please feel free to leave any comments, as this helps the algorithms so that more people actually get to see the video. And I really would appreciate your help in helping me grow my channel, and one way you can do that is by subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help others actually get to see the channel. And remember the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos. Now, as you can see, we've got the full moon in Pisces here, and the key word is forgive. Now, I intuitively chose the rose quartz, and we also have a pink opal. So the attributes of the rose quartz is actually for the heart chakra, and it is for unconditional love, self-love, caring, kindness, and friendship. And it's also the stone of universal love. It restores trust and harmony in relationships, encouraging unconditional love. Rose quartz also purifies and opens the heart at all levels to promote love, self-love, friendship, deep inner healing and feelings of peace. Calming and reassuring, it helps to comfort in times of grief. Rose quartz dispels negativity and protects against environmental pollution, replacing it with loving vibes. It encourages self-forgiveness and acceptance, invoking self-trust and self-worth. And the pink opal that we have here is also a crystal of forgiveness. So with this full moon in Pisces, this is basically saying to us that we need to get our head out of the clouds and step away from the illusions and get in touch with reality. We need to find inner balance between the daydreaming and the practical side of things. The full moon in Pisces also marks an ending of things, so it's time to release what has not been and is not for our highest good. It's time to dive deep into our emotions and let go of what causes us pain, anger, upset, fear, or whatever else that holds us back. It's also a card that is a reminder that life is an unfolding mystery, and so it's time to go with the flow and don't try to control it. It's time to forgive ourselves or someone else for something that happened in the past. It's when we can have that forgiveness for those and for ourselves, it enables us to move on. We may not forget, but by having the forgiveness, it's that path to moving on and to a brighter future. And yet we have to remember that forgiveness is for our benefit. It's to help us move on so that we are not stuck in whatever the situation, the emotions, the feelings, anger, pain, whatever that has been caused to us by ourselves or by someone else. Now with this, the eclipse that's also happening with this full moon, it's saying that conclusions are in reach. So the Pisces full moon and how it affects us and what is highlighted for us is increased by the eclipse. It's basically a full moon on steroids. This eclipse is heralding a change for us as individuals, as a collective, and for the world, on the world stage. It's time to deal on a world level the shadow parts of what our world has been, so we can move into the light. It's actually a way for us to move from the dark into the light. And on an individual level, it's telling us to work with our shadow self. It's also highlighting in a huge way the need for forgiveness, which is the aspect, as you can see, of this full moon. We need that forgiveness for self and others to enable us to release those emotions and those situations and the anger, so we can move on. Hanging on to all these situations, anger, pain, fear, is not helpful to us. Forgiveness will set us free of karma. So, as you can see, it's a very powerful full moon that we have, which is happening on Tuesday the 17th. And with the eclipse, it's just highlighting everything exponentially. And remember that, you know, this is the start of the eclipse season. We do have another one, I think it's on about the 2nd of October. So again, it's, you know, that time frame between now and then is when we really need to work on the forgiveness and help us to move forward as a collective. Okay, let's see what other messages wish to come through for this full moon in Pisces and for this eclipse that's happening on Tuesday the 17th. Can we please have, okay, that one flipped over, and we have gift yourself. So I think that is something that we need to gift ourselves, is the forgiveness. It's forgiving ourselves for our part that we may have played in any situations that has caused a rift in families or a friendship. It's also a reminder that it's a gift to ourselves when we do the work, dealing with our shadow self, which is the aspect of the eclipse, but also knowing that by forgiving others for any pain, trauma, upset, anger that they may have caused for you with a particular situation, that by doing that forgiveness, you are gifting yourself peace. And that's what it's all about. It doesn't mean that you forget whatever it is or whoever it was that has caused this pain, anger, fear, whatever within you. But by being able to have that forgiveness, you are allowing yourself that gift of peace. And that's what it's all about. It's about having that inner balance of peace and calmness and letting go of all that is not and letting go of all that is no longer serving you. Hanging on to the pain, the trauma, the fear, the upset, the anger is not doing anything for you. It is not for your highest good. That's keeping you in a state of, if you like, you could say it's in a state of being toxic. It's a toxic environment that you are allowing yourself to sit in. So again, gift yourself that peace by letting go, having the forgiveness, and also, you know, having the forgiveness for yourself for your part that you played in it, or for anything that you are holding on to about yourself, which in part is, again, dealing with that shadow side of yourself. Okay, let's have another message, please. Okay, so we have that one that fell out, which is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So again, I think that ties in really well with this whole reading so far, is that you have to be completely honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about any parts that you have played in any situations where you need to forgive yourself for, pain or anger or fear that you may have projected onto someone else. Being completely honest with yourself is a way of taking responsibility for your actions. If you are not being totally honest with yourself or with others, then how can you actually expect that from other people? Because remember, we are mirrors of everyone else. So if we are coming from a place of being untruthful or dishonest, then basically we are projecting that so that others will be that towards us. So again, that's that shadow side of yourself. If you are, a person who thinks that telling white lies is okay, or, you have been dishonest in the past, then that's the part of you that you need to heal at this time with this full moon in Pisces, and also with the eclipse that's happening. Okay, and let's have a final message. Final message, please, that goes with this reading. What is the message that needs to come through that goes with this reading, please? Okay, and that one has flown out. And we have, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? So it says, in what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild and playful side of you? And the action is, what would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. So, with that, it's time to, again, let go of all the things that are holding you back, that are keeping you restricted, and you're playing it safe. It's time to let go of that and find some pleasure in your life. Maybe by having that forgiveness for yourself and for others allows you to have the peace where you can actually move on and find different areas, different relationships that do bring you more joy, more laughter, more pleasure in your life. What is there that you may need to deal with that allows that peace that you can find to enable you to move on and find that pleasure? Find the relationship that does bring you joy, or the friendships that does bring you joy. Now's the time to find that side of you. Okay, so they are the messages that came through. I hope there was something in there that resonated with you, and I do appreciate you taking the time to listen. Thank you.